The other day, I was looking on the Pokemon database when I stumbled upon something weird. As you may all know, we have some incredible Intimidate users in Pokemon, like Incineroar, Gyarados, or that one Arbok that always pisses you off. But this was different. Normally, an Intimidate user should look threatening, powerful, intimidating. But soon I realized sometimes Pokemon abilities make absolutely no sense because for some reason Squawkabilly has Intimidate. After doing some research, I found out that probably his hair is a symbol for a Japanese bully. But that got me thinking, what other Pokemon have abilities that are stupid, don't make sense, or make you ask yourself, why does this Pokemon have such an ability? Well, in this video, I'll show you a few Pokemon that have abilities that don't make any sense, starting with Applin, the Apple Core Pokemon, that for some reason has Bulletproof as an ability. Now, understand that the ability itself makes it immune to bomb and ball moves, but hypothetically, if I would have shot a bullet at this mini Thanos, it would be still alive. I feel like Game Freak has some explaining to do. Speaking of which, explain me how a dead dog that stole my grandma's carpet and put it on itself has Fluffy as an ability. Personally, I'm a cat person. Don't get me wrong, I like dogs too. But I would not dare put my hand on this. Okay, I get that his Scarlet entry states that he's a loyal dog, but my apologies, I don't want to stay in a cemetery 24/7 just because he wants to stay with his dead dog friends. Next one on the list is Execute, a Pokemon that has the Harvest ability. And you might say, but Decidueye, this is completely normal for a grass type, especially one that evolves in a tree. And to that I say, for his evolution, yes. But how is Execute going to create another berry after he eats one? Do they just eat each other till no one is left? Do they create another berry using dark magic? How do they grow a berry using thin air? Please explain, Game Freak. Wait for a second. We have to discuss a very important subject, that being subscribing to Mr. Decidueye. From now on, I'll try to post a video at least once a few weeks, and these videos usually take me hours of work, from script to research to voiceover to editing. So if you wanna support me in my journey, the best thing you can do is like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, now back to the video. It says that during rain, the Pokemon world is separated. The fire types run to find a shelter, while the grass types enjoy the water drops that waters their roots. And the water types, more specifically the 22 that have hydration as an ability, are resting. Sorry. 21 water types are resting. Because for some unknown reason, Smoochum has the hydration ability. For what? I don't know. Maybe he can cure his condition only when his lips are wet. That sounded weird. Anyways, let's talk about something more normal, like thieves, robbers, and the ability Pickpocket. You might think a Pokemon with this ability should be fast or sneaky or should have a specific characteristic. But no, among Grimmsnarl, Sneasel, Weavile sits one lonely Seedot. Let me repeat, Seedot. A Pokemon that doesn't even have arms can pickpocket. And yes, I get that its evolution is fitting for this ability and that this Pokemon has this ability because of its evolutions, but there are multiple Pokemon that lose their ability upon evolution, so that's not a valid point for me. Next, we have a big foe entering the battle. Actually, because we have Wailmer that has the pressure ability, you know, the gravitational force that exerts on nearby Pokemon. Or wait, I have a better one. but it will take my air before I can try to speak. Okay, I'm done. Cause it's too big to fit any more words into this video. Am I a bad person? So, Wailmer, among a lot of legendaries and threatening Pokemon, and Aerodactyl, Wailmer is like that annoying cousin that you tell that you hid the treasure in the backyard just so you can rest for a little. It is too innocent to have the same ability as Zapdos, Entei, Lugia, Kingambit, and many more. Abomasnow has soundproof. How? Or a better question, why? Okay, so first of all, why does Abomasnow have soundproof? How is he protecting itself from sound-based moves? Does he have earplugs made of ice? Or he just puts a whole tree through his skull? Either way, make it better. Now, let's imagine that you're in a dark cave, and you stumble upon a huge portion of that cave, with just a crack that allows the light to come in. It is a beautiful night, but in the light appears a figure, a small yellow spider. And suddenly you're unable to eat berries because what? You're scared that it's going to bite you or something? Jokes aside, they just probably gave Joltik a nerf because of Galvantula, but as I said before, Pokemon can change abilities upon evolution, so I'm not taking this back. And by the way, if you disagree with any of my picks, you can tell me why in the comment section down below. Also, you can let me know if I missed any Pokemon that has a stupid ability. Now, we'll have to discuss another topic. More exactly, Pokemon that I thought make no sense with their abilities, but actually make perfect sense. Just like Watchog. At first, it would seem weird to have a clearly not so illuminated Pokemon have the ability Illuminate, but after some research, I found out that some of his dex entries state that they make the patterns on their bodies shine in order to threaten predators. I love the idea, and the thing that Game Freak made the games correspond with the actual Pokemon world, and I feel is a cool little detail not a lot of players will know. It is stated that Seadra sleeps after wriggling itself between the branches of coral, and that people that try to harvest coral and fail to notice the hiding Pokemon are stung by its poison barbs. This is the Omega Ruby dex entry for Seadra, and this is the argument for why Seadra has Poison Point as an ability. You know, I'm starting to like more and more those little interactions between Pokemon and moves or abilities they have. But this is the end of the video. Tell me in the comments down below if you have other Pokemon with weird abilities, and let me know if you agree with what I said in this video. As always, have a great day. Decidueye out.